Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a review on the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. Now I'm sure you guys have seen a ton of positive reviews on this product and I'm here to share my thoughts on this foundation. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So this foundation is pretty new to the market. If you've never seen it before, this is what the packaging looks like. It's really beautiful, kind of reminiscent of the Weiss 4 palette with that laser cut kind of section here in the front. It does look very beautiful. It's very nice and sleek, and this is what the outer packaging looks like. So they're really going for a gunmetal look with this packaging. This is part of their new summer fall holiday lineup. I can't remember what season this came out for. I think mostly for the summertime because this claims to be a waterproof foundation, which I thought was really interesting because if you like to go to the gym and stuff, this could be sweat proof, which I haven't really tested, but of course when I sit here in front of a lot of lights, I do tend to sweat as well. So I do think that's handy to have a waterproof foundation out in the market. Now some quick points, this retails for $40, which is pretty comparative to a lot of foundations out on the market right now. The shade I got is 9.0 in case you want a color comparison to my skin. That shade is described as dark beige with a warm undertone. This is definitely a very warm undertone. I'm sure some of you have heard that this foundation tends to oxidize on some skin tones, and that's exactly what happened to me. Unfortunately, I was really excited to try this foundation, and when I bought it, I did have a really hard time picking out my color. The only thing I could do at one point at Sephora was I just grabbed my perfect shade, which is NARS Tahoe or NARS Syracuse, depending on the weather. Usually I'm a Syracuse like during regular year, and then when I get tanner, I usually wear Tahoe. But yeah, so those are my shade comparisons if you're curious, but that's what I did to color match. I basically squirted some of that onto my hand and then tried to get as close as I could with this foundation. I still wasn't very happy with this because even though it says warm undertones, I think it still pulls a little more pink on me than my preference, but I bought it anyway because I was really curious to try this foundation. So for me, the shades were really difficult. And I did see a lot of oxidization with this foundation. I'm going to show you a demo of this foundation on my skin, so hopefully you'll be able to see that better when I demo the product too. Okay, so before I review this foundation, I want to show you a demo of this on my face, just so you guys can see more of what I'm explaining when I say that this oxidizes. So I'm gonna do half the foundation on my face, and then I will show you the difference. And then after that, I will put on a different foundation that I think is a really good color match to my skin tone and show you how much it oxidizes on my face. Now, I did read that there's a lot of pigment in this foundation, so a little bit really does go a long way. So I'm just going to grab my beauty blender and pounce this in. I honestly did have a hard time finding a color match for my skin tone. This one I think is a little more pinky than I would like for my skin tone, but honestly I was comparing it to my NARS foundation shade, which is Syracuse and Tahoe usually. Tahoe in the summer and then Syracuse in the rest of the year, and this was about the closest I could get to it. So when I'm doing my makeup at home, this one seems like the perfect match. Like it looks perfect under artificial light, but then when I let it settle, it really changes color. So I'm trying to capture that for you guys so you can see how much it oxidizes on my face. So let me just... I think it's pretty much worked into my skin. So I'm wearing this foundation on the right side of my face. And it is a really good full coverage foundation. And it's long lasting, so let me just give it a few minutes and we'll see if it'll oxidize. So So this is the side of my face with no foundation on right now. So basically, I really love the coverage this foundation has, but what I noticed after a couple of hours of wear, or not even a couple of hours, but a few minutes of having it on, it really did kind of react with my face, and it started turning really orange. So the first time I put it on in the morning, I really loved it. I thought it was a perfect shade match, but by the time I looked at it later on in the day, I really didn't feel like it was matching my skin well. Especially if you look at my face and then down here, there you can definitely see my face is more orange than my neck, which is really strange for me. It's not something I really like about this foundation. So yeah, now I'm going to put on my NARS. This is the Velvet Matte Skin Tint, and this one I think is a really good color match for my skin tone. This is in the shade Malaga. And I really didn't like this foundation when I tried it in the winter time because I thought it was too oily on me for some reason, but I've been really enjoying this in the summertime, and it has SPF 30, so I really do like this one. So I'm just going to shake it up a little bit, and then we're going to put some of this on. This is also a more orange foundation, but this one really blends in with my skin really well. So let's see if you guys can see the difference. This is so hard to do with a little mirror. Just gonna make sure I put on a little bit more. It's so hard to tell with artificial lighting because right now this shade looks more orange on my skin, but I swear I feel like this one's a better color match to me than the Urban Decay one. I think the Urban Decay one just really oxidizes on my face. Okay, so now on my left side of my face, I'm wearing my NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint, and this is a foundation I really didn't like at first, but now I really like it. It's one of my go-tos, and I think this one is a better color match on me, but I swear this Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, the longer I wear it, it really darkens up on my skin, and there's a visible difference between my face and my neck, and I prefer to go lighter with my foundations, if anything, than it being dark, because it just looks so strange. So I'm just gonna check my compact one more time. I don't know if you guys can even tell the difference, to be honest, but so here's the Urban Decay side, and this is the NARS side of my face. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and when I come back, I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the All Nighter foundation. Okay, so like I've already said, this half of my face is the All Nighter foundation, and then this is the NARS foundation, and I do think this one is a better match. Even though they both start off pretty orange, I feel like this one gets a lot darker on my skin. I don't know if the camera is picking that up right now, but hopefully in editing you will be able to see a difference in color. I definitely noticed in natural light that there was a huge difference from my face to my neck. Now, technically, you should blend your foundation all the way down to your neck, but I just thought the difference is too stark. And for me, honestly, I shouldn't have to work that hard to get a foundation to work for me, especially when I'm paying $40. I do have a lot of other foundations that I like more than this one. So for me, I wasn't too impressed with the foundation shades. Other than that, I do think it is a long-wearing foundation. I feel like it is waterproof, and it's definitely full coverage. It's a matte foundation, which I really like. So for oily skin girls, I think this is a really good one, especially if you have paler skin. They do have a lot of variety for paler skin tones. So definitely if you have a oily face, this is oil-free, and it'll give you a matte finish. So I know two of my friends, my two best friends, both have oilier skin, and they so far have really liked this foundation. It just didn't work for me. Now for $40 you get 1 ounce of foundation, which is also pretty standard. But yeah, overall those are my thoughts on the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. Now whether I think this is worth the hype, personally for me it's not my favorite foundation, but it's also probably not really built for my skin tone. I do prefer matte foundations even though I have dry skin, but this one is just a pass for me. Although, like I've already said, I do know a lot of people that have tried this foundation and loved it. So you're definitely going to have to try this out, because I think I've heard a lot of really positive things about this foundation. And I've also heard some negative reviews on this foundation. A really good video I saw was Coffee Break with Danny. She really broke it down too, because she said it really oxidized on her face. So I really felt the same way, but I know a lot of YouTubers have made really positive reviews on this foundation, so definitely don't go off of just what I'm saying. Definitely pick up a sample and try it, because you might end up thinking that this is your holy grail foundation. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video and my thoughts on the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. I think foundation is definitely very personal, so give this one a try. Even though it didn't work for me, it might work for you. Thank you so much for watching, and leave me a comment down below if you have any thoughts on this foundation, or tell me what your favorite foundation is, because I always love testing out new products. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye!